Hi there YouTube, Mark Vergeer here with a small video. Today is Friday and I visited with Wouter. Wouter, oh my god, English speech center. I visited with Wouter, also known as the Highlander. He lives very close by and I finally got to see his game room, and it's a very cool game room. It's cozy, it's nice, it has everything you want, from handhelds to consoles to Commodore 64 floppy boxes, and let me tell you, he has even more floppy disks than he let on in his latest video, because he actually didn't show quite a few of those actually. And I saw the cabinet and the hole in the back where everything is threaded to isn't even visible, because the HD recorder and DVD recorder actually sits in front of it. And if anybody doesn't know what the heck I'm talking about, well, I'm gonna put in a link here or there or there, and show you a link to Wouter's channel. Please go subscribe. He's a fellow Dutchman, and yeah, I think he has a great sense of humor, a nice demeanor, and I think a lot of you guys, if you like watching my videos, I think you probably end up liking his as well. So go subscribe, head on over. I mean, you could pause the video, click the link, and go subscribe. I mean, oh yeah, and this t-shirt, actually this is a shirt I got from Mr. Custard for my birthday, so it's actually also some sort of prolonged birthday pickup that actually spans more than an entire month. Yeah, so okay, I'll pause. I'll pause. I'll wait. You just go head on over to Wouter's channel, and I'm gonna just grab one of the systems, a system that I want to show you, and you just head on over to Wouter's channel, go subscribe, and let me know if you subscribe. Okay? I'll be back. Okay, have you guys subscribed already? Well, if you haven't, just, you know. Anyways, in my neighborhood there turns out to be a whole plethora of places where you can actually get some retro games, retro gaming fix, ranging from thrift stores to second-hand stores to gaming stores that also have second-hand gaming stores. And actually one of those stores is actually in the city of Utrecht. And it changed owners, but I actually, when I was in there, the guy behind the counter told me about them being there for about 6 years or something. Net Games, it's called, the shop, and before it was Replay Games or whatever. I'm not sure. I actually went there with Mr. Custard a couple of times, and finally it dawned on me that I'd been there before in the store, and that I actually was, the last time that I had been in that store, I was actually pondering getting one of those TurboGrafx, the Retro Duo, the handheld version of it, but it had bad caps and a bad screen, so I didn't go for it and was way overpriced. But yeah, it's funny. I knew about that store, but kind of I forgot about it because I wasn't living in the neighborhood back then. I used to come in by train, and we had to do a bus ride and stuff, so it was actually quite a long while, so it didn't click in my mind that it actually was a reboot of the same store that I actually had been in before. But anyways, Wouter, he has this route that he often makes along all these shops and stuff, trying to see if there's anything nice to pick up, and he was gracious enough to let me tag along, and it was actually quite cool because I actually picked up something. And this I picked up in Net Games. I think it was about €8, and this is a PlayStation 1 game, the Wild 9. It comes with manual and disc, and the disc is good. So yeah, looking forward to trying that out. Never heard of it, and yeah, I think this may actually be a very nice game. So 13 different worlds, Wild 9, not sure, but probably it's going to be very good. So yeah, I'm just going to play that. And then at NetGames I got another disc. And I thought I didn't have it, but actually it turns out that I already have this. I'm getting old. But it was a good price, so actually I may end up trading this with someone, or swapping this or whatever. But yeah, 3D dot game heroes, and I'm quite partial to those yeah, basic pixelated graphics and stuff, and so yeah, great game. And then at a thrift store in Utrecht, there was a console, and some of you may actually already have seen that bit of it. It was a console that came with this disc in it, Blazing Angels, a Squadron of World War II. World War II dogfighting game, which is actually quite cool. So that came with it. Disc is in pristine condition, and even there's a Xbox Live trial that hasn't even been scratched. So yeah, the old Xbox Live. So yeah, it has online capabilities, but of course Microsoft axed the Xbox Live for the old first PlayStation 1. I think that is the original PlayStation 1, but yeah. So the online functionality is missing, even if you played on the Xbox 360, which it might actually play. But I got a very nice, in a very nice condition, Crystal Xbox original. And the tray, I mean, it was switched on, so I could see it running. The tray doesn't stick; it comes out beautifully, just like a new console. The air vents, they don't show any dust. The feet are very nice. So yeah, it's just a bit dusty on top, but I think someone really took really good care of this system. And also the ports, they hardly have any dust in them. So and the fan sounds nice. So yeah, I think this is going to be my main Xbox console for a while. I may actually look into soft modding this, because I want to switch the video modes to NTSC and be able to use a composite component video cable. This was not very cheap. It was 40 euros, but I think I got a good deal out of it. I mean, call me crazy, but this Crystal Xbox, and it came with all the leads, the power lead, the video lead, composite video lead, and it also came with two Crystal controllers. Oops. Two Crystal controllers that have a couple of traces of DNA on it, but for the most part they're just a bit dusty, and they're pretty clean. So I guess the previous owner of this Xbox really took good care of it. And the hard disk, it contained a couple of save games from Halo, from Blazing Angels, from Soul Calibur. So not many games. So actually I have a suspicion that the system actually wasn't used that much, and I hooked it up just now, and I was playing some games. It reads discs flawlessly, so yeah, I'm pretty happy with it, and it's gonna be my main Xbox system once I get it into NTSC mode, and it's going to replace that one. Yeah, I mean, I like dads, like the honest Laurel. I'm actually almost going for that all black console thing. I have a white Wii, but yeah, that's and the white what is it, Dreamcast. But I could actually go for an old black console shelf thingy, apart from the Dreamcast and the Wii and my Wii U. But I think the crystal would look great, because I have these Vivanco switch RGB switch boxes, card switch boxes, a couple, and I think the gray from those, the metallic gray and the crystal, would actually look very nice. So yeah, I may actually end up going for that. And I'm not sure if I showed, but a couple of weeks ago, the Highlander came over. Wouter, he came over to my place, and we had been talking about, I think on Facebook or something, or in the comments in one of the videos, about which system which Commodore system you would keep if you had to get rid of some. Would it be a Commodore 64, just a stock Commodore 64, would you keep the 128 if you only had room for one? And well, I think compatibility is high, and yeah, you could go with a Commodore 128. Well, one thing led to another, and he actually told me that he had another Commodore 128 that works, but it's a bit rough. I'm gonna show it, and that's this beast. It's a Commodore 128. And it has some I don't know. There may be some issue with the keyboard. I'm not sure, but there's quite a bit of yeah. I mean, someone said port 1, port 2. I don't think Wouter did this, but yeah. The keys that are on there could use a little cleaning, but for the most part, the system is okay. I mean, there's just a little bit of yellowing. This is a PAL unit, and that is the serial, and there's a bit of green stuff on the back. I have a pristine NTSC model, boxed, but it is NTSC, and a Commodore 64, especially in my part of the world, most demos, if not all demos, and most software actually was developed with PAL systems in mind. So owning a Commodore 64, if you want the highest compatibility rate, you'd go for a PAL unit instead of an NTSC unit. So I may actually end up, if this works, I'm going to test it out, not in this video but in a future video. This could actually be my main junk Commodore 64 gaming rig. I kind of like it, you know. Maybe put some extra stickers on it. Yeah, this totally would be my gaming rig. Just use it like this, post-apocalyptic kind of stuff. I could try to swap the motherboard, you know, put in this motherboard into the pristine-looking Commodore NTSC or the NTSC version, but I may actually end up not doing that. I'm not sure. But yeah, it would be fun to see if this still works, and yeah, it's really weird what happens to these what happened to these 4 keys. I mean, poor Commodore 64, poor Commodore 128, and there's no Commodore 128 that didn't have some sort of sticker lift thingy. I mean, this one also suffers a bit from it, but yeah. I'm gonna show this running in another video soon, clean it up a bit, but yeah, this was kindly donated by Wouter, because he had extras, and yeah, yeah, this may actually lead me into trying to obtain another PAL unit that looks better. Keep this one for parts. I don't think I'm going to be ruining the NTSC model, because it's actually some games, especially the cartridge games and the old arcade games, the NTSC does play them a bit faster, but most European games, they just are meant to run in PAL. So yeah, rambling on. I think this is it. There's a long weekend coming up with a bank holiday Monday. Well, for those Brits, we don't have any bank holidays, but yeah, a second Pinksterdag. Pink Pop is actually happening in my neck of the woods, in my country, and a lot of bands are performing. I usually end up watching that for a bit each year, and I'm probably gonna be playing some that with this. And I must say, this controller, if you have one of these Wii U's, you should get the Pro controller. Yeah, I hope the Wii U makes the gamepad not obligatory, just like the Kinect is being axed from the Xbox One. Just, you know, have a regular controller with it, and it's good enough, I think. Yeah. Mark signing off, and I'll be back with another video, and perhaps some gameplay or some demonstration. Not sure. Yeah, and about that, it was great hanging out. We should do the run again, and yeah, it was cool meeting up, and it was great to see your backyard, your house, and the game room. Mark signing off, and I'll be back with another video soon.